Okay, I'm going to call the meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals to order. This is Monday, July 14th. This meeting is being recorded pursuant to town bylaws, and the recording is put onto the Whitman Hanson Community Access website so that people can listen to it. Our first case tonight is case number 12. Location of property, 74 Franklin Street. Type of district, single residence, A2. Type of structure, demolish two-family and construct a side-by-side duplex. Owner's name, Manuel Ramos, manager, 74 Franklin Street, Realty Partners, LLC. Owner's address, 97 Oak Street, Brockton. When did you acquire this property? August 9, 2023. Has application been filed with town clerk? Yes. Has any previous appeal been made? Yes. Section of bylaw for which relief is requested, section 240-5.4 AB. Reason for asking relief: to amend the special permit and variance dated February 1st, 2024, which is attached to match the new plan submitted showing 3-bedroom and 1 full bathroom on the second floor and 1 bedroom and 1 full bathroom in the attic on the 3rd floor. This case was advertised in the Whitman Hanson Express on June 26th and July 3rd. Sitting on the case will be Mr. Keeman, Mr. Curran, Mr. Kimball, Mr. Blas, and myself, John Goldrosen. This time we'll have the reading of the list of abutters, unless I hear a motion to waive the reading. Do you have the list, Dick?
I give to Bob.
Oh, Bob. It's an I'll just say it's an extensive list because of the condominium. Thank you, Mr. Keeman. Second?
I'll second it.
Second, Mr. Kimball. All in favor? 5-0. Okay, anyone who's here on this case, would you raise your right hand and take an oath so you can participate? Everybody here, right? Please raise your right hand and take an oath. Do you solemnly swear the evidence you shall give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, who is representing the applicant? Mr. Silverstein?
I am.
Yes.
Chuck Silverstein for Mr. Manuel Ramos.
Do you want me to explain how we got where we are, or do you want to?
We were here back in, I believe it was February of 2024, we got approved for a special permit to build a duplex side-by-side style structure. Basement was going to be unfinished. First floor was going to have a kitchen, open area, living room, half bath. Second floor was going to have the 3 bedrooms with 2 full baths, and the attic was going to remain unfinished. When Mr. Ramos was in the middle of construction, he realized that the practicality or the usefulness of the design was really too small for the second floor where it was the 3 bedrooms and the 2 full baths. So he decided to finish the attic and have a master bathroom in the attic, finished with a small closet, and have 3 bedrooms with the 1 full bath on the second floor. At the time he did this, it really didn't register with him, even though it should have, that it was against the variance that was granted on changing the design. He probably should have came back in, and I would have advised him to come back in if he was going to change the floor plan scheme. What he did, he did not increase the square footage or the height or the shape of the structure. It was all interior. It was a mistake on his part. When I was doing the condominium documents with the engineer, I got the engineer's plan. It didn't even dawn on me to compare it to the variance that was granted. I did the condominium documents as a 4-bedroom with 2 full baths. The basement stays the same, was not changed. The first floor stays the same, wasn't changed from the original granting of the variance. The second floor and the attic changed. He kept the 2 bathrooms. He didn't add an extra bathroom. What he did was just make the floor plan flow better, give it more room. So at the time when we filed the condominium documents, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I believe the building department, when he saw the house advertised as a 4-bedroom, brought this to light. He did sell one of the units. There is new ownership on the left side of the property. I think that's 74 Franklin Street. A temporary occupancy permit was granted until we came here tonight and see what we could do. Mr. Ramos, I forwarded a letter, explained the situation. He was going through some personal problems at the time. It didn't register with him. With his experience, it should have. And I can attest that he was going through a hard time, was really having a hard time focusing. He had 3 other projects going on. 2 houses in Brockton on Palmer Street, and another one in Boston. It was a difficult time for him. There is no excuse for it. It was his experience. It was really a grave mistake. And he's not trying to hide from it. So we're here just to see if we can get the amendment so the as finished product can match the variance to be issued.
Okay. I have the letter from Mr. Ramos. I think you've pretty well summarized the letter. I mean, I'll read the whole letter aloud if you want, but I think you summarized it in addition.
That's fine.
The letter mentions that Mr. Ramos had some, illness in the family and everything too that was kind of distracting him a bit from everything that was going on. But I think it acknowledges that indeed the intention of the special permit was 3 bedrooms, not 4 bedrooms per unit, and so I appreciate you doing that. I'll just start off the discussion by saying if you remember, and I'm not sure which members of the
I was here.
was everybody. I just let's see. It was myself, Wayne Andrews, who's no longer on the board. Jim Chandler's no longer on the board. Dick Laws and Bob Curran. And Mr. Kimball was here that night, so may remember it too. But I remember we had an initial hearing with a very different design, and the board reacted somewhat negatively to that design, felt it looked too much like an apartment house.
It was more an industrial aesthetic.
Yeah. So we said, look, make it look more like
Correct.
a single family or, 2-family that fits into this residential neighborhood. And you came back with a plan that I think was much more acceptable. And I think the building looks, and the other suggestion we made that night, I remember, was to separate the 2 driveways, to put them alongside each unit instead of having just one single parking lot in front of the units, again, with the intention to make it look more residential, and you did that. I'll just start the discussion by saying, if it had been proposed to us as 4-bedroom units, I would have said no, make it 3-bedroom. I would have wanted the attic designed in such a way that it couldn't be used for additional living space. But now, here we are, and I will say, one of my concerns is, we got 8 bedrooms on the property rather than 6. Okay, that's somewhat of an increase, probably means more cars. But I think at this point, a major concern I have is that we not wind up with 4 units rather than 2 units, that we not have a situation where maybe, without the consent or knowledge of the building department, part of each unit gets rented out, and effectively we have 2 units on each side, which I know Mr. Ramos won't do that. But future owners may be tempted to do that by the number of bedrooms and bathrooms in the structure. So one thing, and I did I read through the condo docs. I went online at the registry, and I do see there's a provision in one of the documents saying that if an owner wants to rent out their unit, they must do it in whole and not part of the unit. And I think one thing we could do is maybe incorporate that into our decision to make it sort of part of the special permit requirement, so that, because otherwise that provision could get changed by, I realize it would take unanimous agreement to the two unit owners, but they could do so. So that might be one provision. Yes.
I'm not following. Are you saying that they could rent out each room as a unit?
Who knows? Or rent out the top floor to somebody else. And again, I understand this isn't the builder's intention, but I'm just looking down the road. You have a 4-bedroom condominium. There's going to be a temptation, depending on who the owner is.
With a full basement.
Yeah, with a basement too. There'd be a temptation to rent out part of the unit, or even somehow do some alteration inside with or without the knowledge of the building department to make that more feasible. So I certainly want to guard against that possibility and see what else members of the board think about this. And it was, just so the board knows, I did have a discussion months ago with Rob Piccarelli, who was then the building commissioner, was no longer with the town, and he explained that he had decided to issue the temporary certificate of occupancy because there was a sale pending. He didn't want to, and there was some urgency to it, so we agreed to allow it, but he did require the owner of the property to return to us and see what we would do with the rest of it. Let me read a couple of letters into the record, and then we'll go out to members of the board for your questions and comments. From Whitman Fire Rescue and Emergency Services. At this time, Whitman Fire Rescue and Emergency Services has no objection to this proposal for a new side-by-side duplex, provided all applicable fire and building codes are met. Sincerely, Nicholas Grasso, Deputy Chief. From the Board of Health, the Whitman Board of Health gives conditional approval for Manuel Ramos, 7476 Franklin Street Realty Partners, LLC, to amend the special permit from Section 240-5.4A8 that was granted in 2024 when the applicant wished to demolish the existing two-family dwelling and construct a side-by-side duplex for the property located at 74 Franklin Street. The owner now wishes to build an additional bedroom and bathroom on the third floor of each unit from 7476 Franklin Street. Owner must receive permission from the Whitman DPW to connect these dwellings to the town's municipal sewer system in order for the Board of Health to grant final approval. DPW records indicate part of this property is connected to town water only. Sincerely, Tom Evans, Clerk. I assume the building's been connected to the sewer
Yes.
line? Yes. Okay. All right. All right. Let me go to members of the board. Mr. Jones and Mr. Winnett, though you're not sitting on the case, I'll allow you to ask any questions that you might have. Mr. Jones? Yeah. Okay. Mr. Winnett? Okay. All right. Mr. Keeman?
How much parking, how much driveway is there on each unit? Is there enough for 4 units?
It's
four bedrooms?
You could park 3 cars.
3 cars?
I don't think any cars.
Any more than that for 4
I mean,
bedrooms?
you could park 4 cars in each driveway.
I'm just saying about 3.
Because I know there's 2, when I've driven by, there's 2 cars in the occupied unit side by side.
Side by side.
So you could fit 2 more cars. Yeah, so you could have 4 cars in
Yeah, I
each
just want to
side.
make sure there's enough parking.
Yeah,
That's all I have.
okay. Mr. Curran?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this, you actually got an occupancy permit for one of these?
I got temporary occupancy permit for one side.
And so what's the deal with the other side?
Where?
What's going on with the other side?
Oh, it's done, but it's not even it's for sale, but it's not,
76 Franklin Street is unoccupied and it hasn't been sold.
Okay, so you got a building permit based on the decision from this board, right?
Correct.
And he didn't issue a permit because of the third floor to be finished.
Correct.
And so when did it get discovered by the building
At
official?
At the time both units were listed for sale.
So we-
It was up here for sale, then,
So he just assumed that that's what he issued a permit for, and he didn't discover, he didn't know there was a discrepancy, or did he know?
no, until, I guess somebody called. I mean,
So he just looked at what he looked at and then signed off. But there's issues with the third floor, the windows aren't big enough. The building code requires a certain amount of light area ventilation, and it's 8% of the floor area. So there's one window in the master bedroom, and that's not near enough. So I don't know how that happened. So, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense that that got finished, and you put a full set of stairs up there?
yeah, we had a full set of stairs.
So there's one window on the gable end, that's it, right?
Yeah, technically, it was no closet. It was no, because the closet was near the staircase. So I kind of put a 3-bedroom in the house, just to finish up the attic. But then the realtor, ended up listed as a 4-bedroom. At the time, I was going to a lot.
So you're saying originally it was just a closet, but you put a bathroom up there?
Yeah, put a bathroom.
So that was kind of, yeah, so,
To open concept, it was an open concept. It's a small closet into that room because there was almost no closet. If you look at the plan, there's almost no closet there. It was just near the stairs.
and so what happens now that one of them sold? What happens right now if since one is sold? Well, I think the attorney should answer that. What happens?
From what I understand, it was when the building inspector was going out to issue the occupancy, to get the occupancy permit so 74 could be sold. That's when it was discovered. And that's when we were notified. And Mr. Ramos had the buyer, she wanted to move in, and it was suggested to us that we come back to amend it, and that he would issue a temporary until we got to the meeting.
But I think his intent was, okay, I'll issue a temporary certificate for one unit, but I'm not going to allow you to, I'm not going to issue a permit for the other unit until you come back to the board.
Yeah.
So that's prevented the second unit really from being sold, right? Yeah.
Correct.
I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kimball?
The unit that isn't sold, is that a 4-bedroom or a 3-bedroom?
Well, I told the lady she was going to buy it as a 3-bedroom. She signed her papers. She said she'll buy it as a 3-bedroom.
So you're gonna finish the upstairs?
It's finished. It's all finished.
But the drawing that you presented to us shows 3 bedrooms on the second floor.
This is the third floor.
Oh,
Second floor.
it shows 3 rooms on the third floor, on the second floor. Another they call it a master on the third floor. But my goal, it was 3-bedroom. I didn't want to plan to.
If I may, I have 3 rooms on the second floor. Each room has a closet.
Yeah.
By a building code, that's allowed to be a bedroom.
Yeah, if it's a closet. But if you look on the third floor,
No, but the third floor is another bedroom.
well, if he says bedroom, but the closet is not even
Is there a closet upstairs?
small closet.
Is there a closet, yes or no?
It's a closet, a small.
So therefore it's a 4-bedroom.
And there's a full bathroom on the third
No,
floor.
the bathroom, it's 2.5 bathroom. I didn't, so I moved the bathroom from the second floor, the master, I put it upstairs. That's why.
But the bathroom on the third floor, is that a full bathroom?
It's a full bath.
I mean, it obviously
But
can be,
I took the other bathroom on the second floor. That was inside the master bathroom. I put it upstairs.
Okay, why is it posted for sale now as a 3-bedroom unit?
Right now,
Right now, on Zillow, it says 3-bedroom.
well, the other side is 3-bedroom. Yeah, I told the lady to change it because she went
Whoa,
there.
whoa, 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 whoa. Both units exactly the same now.
Same exact, same.
So they're both 4 bedrooms.
It says it's 4 rooms, but,
And it's 4 bedrooms. I have,
well, in the plan it says, it, yeah.
it's 4 bedroom. Myself, you came, we had a discussion, and you should have built it. And even after you realized you made a mistake on one side, you still built out the other side as a 4 bedroom.
But it was done at the same time, so I didn't
Well,
know.
you can take walls out. I, myself, do you have any other projects in Whitman? Have you ever built, where were they?
I built here before, yeah.
Where?
I built, what's the other street? I
Yeah.
forgot the street I got Lord, now I forgot the street. Lozelle, and there was another
Up
one.
off the Temple Street.
Huh?
Up off, was it
He did
Beal?
did an inspection on the new house, brand new house that I built, or
Have you done any commercial property in Whitman?
commercial, no.
Okay.
Never did any commercial.
For myself, I can't vote for this because you made an error and it should be, you're making more money off this because you're selling a 4 bedroom instead of a 3 bedroom. Thank you, sir.
I didn't make more money. There was no plan. I lost money by creating that room upstairs. I'm being honest. At the time, I was going through a tough time in my life. I lost my mother. I lost my father. I lost my uncle in 1 week. 1 week. I didn't know what to do. I didn't list this house as a 4 bedroom. The realtor ended up listing. I did the building nice for the people. I lost so much money. I'm not even making a lot of money. I swear to God, I'm not making money. You know what I mean? I did it. It cost so much to build this house that I didn't even know what to do. So, but the lady likes the house. I'm not making a lot of money. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. That week, I didn't know. I was messed up on my head. You know what I mean? I did ask this guy here. I did all this job in that house. I'm being honest to this board.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay, Mr. Blas?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I look at the plans, I'm looking at the 3rd floor. That bedroom, that master bedroom, is 21 feet 10 inches by 15 feet 5 inches, which to me is, yeah, that's a master bedroom, but that's also 2 bedrooms. You put a partition down the middle, that's 2 bedrooms. So this is very, very easily a 5 bedroom house. And you can sell it as a 3 bedroom, you can sell it as a 4 bedroom, but whoever's buying it is going to buy it as a 4 bedroom and be happy that they're only paying for a 3 bedroom, but they're buying it as a 4 bedroom or they're buying it as a 5 bedroom. Plus they have the whole basement.
It's a good concept.
I understand it's better to ask forgiveness than for permission. I look at these, I do not hold any grudges. I am not punitive. I look at this plan as though I'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
This is the first time it's brought to me, and I would say absolutely not. 3 bedrooms is it. You bring us another plan that has maximum 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and if suitable, I would approve of it. But I cannot look favorably upon this plan as presented tonight.
What can I do though?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and I agree that 3rd unit is, 3rd floor is a huge area.
John, if I may?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Curran.
Regardless of him making a big fat mistake, this board never finished that. So, I think if we're trying to be level-headed, I don't know the answer to this, but he certainly could make that a family room.
Make it what?
A family room. So there's nothing to stop him from doing that. So if you were to say as the board, to rip it all out and go back to the attic space, that's not fair to him.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. It's finished and all the inspections were done. I have an issue with the windows, but that's something that we could ask the building inspector to look at. But he has the right to finish the third floor. We did restrict that. So I think the most this board can do is say, hey, we're not approving it for 4 bedrooms and stand by that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
And you're right.
as has been said, if it had been presented, if we'd been shown plans for 4 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, we would have said no. And I would have probably wanted the attic redesigned so it was, half space, half height, so it couldn't be used
Yeah,
for any other purpose.
I think that third floor is too difficult to get to. That's way up there. And if it was my house, I'd rather use one of the 3 bedrooms. And I'm not trying to defend this. And I feel bad because as I am certified as a building official, you go out to jobs and you don't always look at the plans. You go in there and you look at what's there. You make sure what's there meets the building code. And so this probably went right by the building inspector. And now at the end, somebody complained and say, hey, take a little bit deeper look at this. And now he read the decision from the Board of Appeals.
Yeah.
He didn't have that with him. And so we just progressed into something where now it's hard to turn backwards.
Yeah. And let me explain too. Part of the way I look at this is, we could issue a decision that says only use 3 of the bedrooms, right? That's like unenforceable because unless the building inspector gets a warrant or something to inspect, the building inspector can only once the building's up, it's sold, it's done. The way the building inspector can find violations of zoning are either just something that's visible from the outside, as this would not be, or, if there were a complaint, one unit owner against the other, I don't know. But it's difficult. I don't want to put in things that are difficult for a building inspector that just aren't practical for a building inspector to enforce. And if we simply said, only use 3 of the bedrooms, we don't care which 3, that's just not something the building inspector is going to be able to enforce. So it just won't happen. And I mean,
We could still keep it as a three bedroom. Upstairs, if we want to close the closet, eliminate the closet, we leave it as a 3 bedroom. It's not, it's no problem. Because, just keep the house as a 3 bedroom. Upstairs as a 3 bedroom.
So if we,
So it's nothing to say 4 bedroom. I'm trying to do to squeeze it or make money on this because even 4 bedroom or 3 bedroom is still the same.
Yeah.
It costs so much money to build this thing. So you can't say 4 bedroom, you're making a lot of money. It's not true because I create that extra room, but now I intend to say, it's 4 bedroom. I didn't intend to. I'm being honest.
So if removing the closet on the 3rd floor would at least excuse me, if removing the closet on the 3rd floor would at least discourage that from being used. No, you don't think so?
No, I don't think there's anything. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to make this go away, but unless you tell them to rip it out, we don't have the authority for it.
But Bob,
Well, I disagree with that.
the decision
We have
says,
the authority to tell them to rip out
We
the
could say take out the closet and the bathroom.
But a bathroom on the 3rd floor, there's no problem.
Well, but it's a full bathroom.
I know.
Bob, what our decision was approve a special permit for the dwelling as shown on the plan.
And I agree with that. I don't disagree with anything.
One of the comments that was made was, we didn't put it in our decision that the house be limited to 3 bedrooms. Well, yes, we did, because we approved it as shown, which was 3 bedrooms and 2 baths.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Okay.
So if they lived in this and the owner wanted to finish the 3rd floor, so you say no because you could sleep in it? I mean, that's the difficulty.
No, I guess not. I guess the owner could potentially pull a permit and
There's nothing preventing.
As long as it doesn't violate the building codes, there's no reason why they couldn't pull a permit and finish it.
So, and I'm just kind of thinking out loud, so if they would have to show the condo, I think I'd rather hear the public speak before.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah,
we get any more
we obviously still have some discussion to, but let me go out to members of the public, anybody who's here in this case. And give us your name and address, please.
Okay, my name is John Fane. I live at 62 Franklin Street. Next door to, Mr. Ramos, you did a nice job putting the property up. It looks great, and I'm sorry for your troubles. A lot of my, I've written a few things down.
Sure.
A lot of my questions were sort of solved and were answered by, everybody's thoughtful answers. So thank you for that. But I feel like it does need to be said. I have a hard time believing that a fourth bedroom was accidentally built and then, oh, by the way, we forgot. Living next door to it, the way that impacts me, it just really only has to do with one of the scenarios that you laid out, the possibility that the property is going to get divided up and now it's 4 units, and things like that, and as a neighbor, I acknowledge that my concerns are limited, but I'm having a little bit of a difficult time with how this has gone down. I think everybody's done the best they could. I don't know if I could actually tell you what the solution is. I can only tell you that I was really surprised when I learned that each unit was going to be listed as 4 bedrooms. So now the second unsold unit is now currently listed as 3 bedrooms.
It is listed as 3 bedrooms on Zillow.
Okay, because it wasn't originally, or at least as I saw it.
So it's listed as 3 bedroom, but it does say in the description that there's a luxurious master bedroom located on the top level. So.
That's kind of my issue is that I wish the communications were more forthcoming around things like that, because as the neighbor, the worst nightmare is that gets divided up into more units and now 20 people are living there instead of 8, and of course I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's, this is my opportunity to speak, so I'm taking it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Anyone else wish to speak on this? Yes, ma'am, your name and address?
April Kelly, 84 Franklin. I'm on the other side
Okay.
of the house. So is there any chance that the master deed could be changed with an amendment stating that per the town, that unit number 7, that both units are actually going to be 3 bedrooms and cannot be increased for size? There can't be the 2 unit owners can't decide, yes, we're going to split them or anything. Could there not be amendment to that with the town's blessing on that? And then he takes the closet out of the 3rd floor on the unit closer to me that is not sold.
That could be a condition.
He's followed through with everything that he's done for us. Like he took my dad shopping to buy a fence to put up. So he put up a fence, as he promised to do. So, shame on you for putting an extra bedroom in, but is there a way that it can be resolved without costing him, a huge fine or something? Like I said, he has been good. I don't know who the new owners are going to be or anything, but if they're going to be bad, then I'll just be just as bad. But anyways, I know I'm being recorded, sorry. But could there be a change like that? Because of a lot of houses, 'cause I'm in the real estate business myself, they'll put down, because of septic systems, that it's only a 3 bedroom, you can't have 4. But can the building department say that this is only a 3 bedroom and it becomes an amendment to the master deed? And that cannot be changed.
Well, I started out, that was something I was suggesting, is that we would put in our decision that it could not be more than the 2 units, and that a condition would be that provision be permanent in the condominium documents. Again, I think we can put in there in a decision that you could only use 3 bedrooms, and again, have that in the condominium documents, but I'm not confident that's really enforceable, again, once the space is there. It's not something that the building inspector can review. Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask one other question?
Yeah.
So, once both units are sold as condominiums, and this is purely my ignorance, is there an HOA created between the 2 of them? How does that work?
Yeah, effectively, there are documents that have already been recorded that create bylaws and rules and regulations.
Okay.
And the 2 owners are become the trustees of this association.
Is there anything that would stop those owners from creating units 3 and 4 on that 3rd floor sometime down the road, like you were talking about earlier?
Not unless we put that in our decision. It would have to be unanimous between the 2 owners, but that's my concern, is that could happen. So,
But that would also be a building code violation, so that's kind of covered on its own.
well, I mean, even if it's not,
If you go more than 2, it's a multi, and that changes everything.
yeah. But if somebody rents out part of their unit to somebody else, without separating them physically, that's my concern, is what could happen. Yes, Mr. Silverstein.
The condo documents can be amended, but there are plans, so the plans would have to be revised.
Right.
And both unit owners are responsible for enforcing any violations.
Right.
So we can put in the condo documents whatever, when I say we can put in the condo documents whatever we want, and the unit 74 would have to agree, because Mr. Ramos owns 76. So 76 and 74 would have to agree on those changes or amendments, and then probably have to file an amended plan to get whatever result we want.
Isn't there something in the condo docs, though, that I remember from looking at them, that as long as Mr. Ramos still owns the 2nd unit, that he can change the condo docs without the agreement of 74, the owner of
I'm
74?
gonna have to go back and read that. I know there are provisions for larger condominium complexes, but I'm not sure about the duplex, so I'll have to review that. But
Okay. Did anyone else?
Mr. Ramos will have to approach 74.
Yeah. Anybody else from the public want to speak on this? Okay. I'm just trying. Oh,
Are you the owners?
what is?
Are you the owners of 70?
No, we're not. No, I don't want to distract this current issue, so I'm happy to explain once this is all sorted out.
Okay. Mr. Ramos, the people who bought 74, how many people are there? And I mean, just what you know.
It's a lady and I think three kids.
Okay, so they have
I think they have a husband and 3 kids.
So she had a reason potentially for wanting.
No, it's a 19-year-old, a 50-year-old, or a 40-year-old, and then the grandmother.
The grandmother?
Yeah,
I see the grandmother.
yeah, I see her there all the time.
The grandmother?
Yeah.
I never see them. I just saw the 3 kids, I think. Maybe that's what I see.
All right, so there are a few people living.
Okay.
There are a few people living there. Okay. I just thinking out loud, is there any way to modify the sold unit as well, even if it's a matter of taking out the closet?
Might I ask a question?
Go ahead, Mr. Blas.
So, just so I want to clear my head or understand this. So if we say you can only have 3 bedrooms, and applicant agreed to just not use the third floor as a bedroom. But it's not in a decision. He just says he won't. Whoever buys that would be able to pull a permit, install a fourth bedroom, as long as they fixed the window and did whatever else they needed.
No, I think that you'd have to revert back to the decision that allowed a 3-bedroom on each side.
Okay.
So they would be in violation to pull a permit for another bedroom. Then that's hard to find sometimes if you're the building official or the zoning officer,
Yeah.
but they would be able to finish the attic.
What does finish the attic mean? Make it a bedroom? How can you, I mean, finish it?
Well, it's
make it-
already done.
I don't think this, well, my concern is that we're gonna tell them to rip out the work they did. We can't. So they finished the third
Well,
floor.
I think we can, but, well, no, we can't tell them to do that, but we could deny the variance.
Right.
Which
Special permit.
Where the special permit,
If they came in-
which would leave it up to the owner to, leave it and not be able to sell it, because he doesn't have occupancy permit, or make modifications to it, i.e. rip out and make it look like the original plan.
I think, I guess the question is if they were approved for a 3-bedroom and they came back here because they didn't understand whether or not they could ever make a family room on the 3rd floor, what would you say then?
I certainly would not allow a full bathroom on the third
Wow.
floor.
That's a good point.
Well,
Yeah, or
because that would be, fool me once, fool me twice.
No, I know, but I
You know,
mean, if I
I'm not
apply
falling for
for a
that.
permit to put a full bathroom in my basement, that's fine. It doesn't mean it's a bedroom. So they've done some work that's allowed in the building code, but the use of it is not allowed, based on our decision. 4-bedroom house is fine, but we have to abide by the decision we made, and how do we fix it without causing too much harm?
But we didn't cause harm.
No, I know, but we're
Well-
going to cause harm.
Yeah.
There was potential, but we didn't cause it.
Right? No, you're right.
And we have to decide whether what we say to an applicant, whether we mean what we say to an applicant when we make a decision,
Yeah,
if
so-
we grant relief or we grant a special permit.
My decision will tonight be to vote for not a 4-bedroom.
So put in the decision,
That we change the condo docs, there's 3 units on the 2nd floor, and a family room, if you want to call it, on the 3rd floor.
so the top floor not be used as a
Not to be used
bedroom.
as a bedroom, but and that's all we can do.
But that's all we can do, but we know anybody that buys it, in fact, they're probably already using it as a bedroom.
I can tell you right now that I've been to thousands of houses, and they're not all using them for what they were originally designed. So, and I'm not saying it's okay what they did. It isn't. And I would, if I could say I'm going to vote against it, and you need to tear that 3rd floor out, I would vote that way. But we don't have the authority for that. That's something we'd have to put on the new building inspector, which is, by the way, back there. That's Jimmy Willow. He is the new zoning enforcement officer. So I wish him well.
Look what we're putting in your lap.
What about the closet?
I don't care about the clock.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I mean, a little bit of punishment wouldn't hurt. How about having the new building commissioner make sure that that meets light area ventilation on the 3rd floor, and they remove the closet?
yeah, I would want the closet removed. What you said about having it checked, it may be that you have to actually modify the windows. I would want it in our decision, at least, that it can only be used as 3 bedrooms. How enforceable that is, but it gives the building inspector something, that the condominium documents be revised to state that it's 3 bedrooms. Perhaps simply put in there that the attic is not to be used as a bedroom. Just put that flat in there. I would also want to say that you can only park cars within the existing driveways. I don't want a situation where people start parking, which means 4 cars on each side, but I wouldn't want people to start parking cars in the lawn. And again, anything that's going to make it easier to be used for more than one unit and more people than anticipated. I think that's, that leaves the question of what to do about 74 Franklin, the units that's already been sold. I think what we're stating would have to apply to that as well, because that's a temporary certificate of occupancy. So I think we could also require the closet be taken out of there as a condition for a full permanent certificate of occupancy, and have that, the same provisions apply.
Mr.
That's,
Chairman,
yes, Mr. Kimball.
the closet, if it was just closed in without taken out completely, would that be a lot less destructive?
I don't know how destructive it would be to,
You mean just take the door off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
finish it. Because if you take the closet out, now you probably got carpeting and all that type of stuff, especially the units.
what is up there, Mr. Raymond?
Close the closet down, frame the door,
Yep.
close, take all the stuff inside the closet. It's just a couple boards, I'll close it, put sheetrock, plaster, paint it.
So it would just be an empty shell,
Would be nothing.
or you would be part of the room?
Empty shell.
But why not just remove the walls of the closet and, is it carpet?
There was one door, there's a door there, so I would close that door.
Yeah.
Sheetrock it,
So it would be
An empty space?
Would be no closet. Would be-
But the floor space of the existing closet, would that be added to the bedroom, or it would just
No, you wouldn't even see
be
the-
boxed in?
You're boxed in, so you're never gonna see the.
I think, well, the question is, the 3rd floor and 74. What's on the floor on the 3rd floor?
On the 3rd
Do they
floor.
already have rugs up there?
Well, I
Flooring?
haven't gone there.
Huh?
I haven't gone there to the 3rd floor. They had when they put the couch there, they had a couch there because I think the kids.
Yeah, but is it hardwood or is it rug?
Huh?
Is it hardwood or rug on the 3rd floor?
No, it's a hardwood floor.
Hardwood floor.
I did the whole hardwood
So the
floor.
floor is finished.
In fact, the floor is beautiful.
Yeah, he went there with me.
Is it pre-finished hardwood, or is it,
all hardwood floor, the whole?
is it pre-finished, or is it sand?
No, I sanded it finished. All,
So the 3rd floor, the floor itself is completely finished. is what I'm
yeah,
getting at.
completely finished.
And what about the closet, the floor of the closet?
Closet was hardwood floor, but it is, I'll take the floor.
So why not just remove the closet and let that be the continuation of the room?
Oh, you're still
They
gonna have.
have open in the gap where the walls.
Excuse me?
I don't understand what the problem is.
Because it's in an angle, because the stairs, that goes up.
So that's a walk-in closet?
No, it's like,
Can you show me on here?
yeah.
Where's the closet in this?
Yeah, it's
Let me see a pen.
next to the staircase.
So, right here, so this is, right here, on this side, is a door here. Because the roof, is in the angle. The whole thing is in an angle. So you have one.
That's a door right
so
here.
this part here
There's
is a
probably a
small
knee right
part
here.
because the roof goes in the angle.
Okay.
So I can eliminate this. She rock the whole thing, and just have a roof,
Where's the slope start on
The,
this?
the slope is like 10 pitch on the roof.
Yeah, no, I know, but where's it start in relation, is it
It
here?
goes here.
So is this slope down here?
Yeah, it goes this way.
And that's the slope,
That's fine.
and slope.
He's best just to block.
Let's block it off.
It's not a lot of space, because it's in the angle.
It's in the angle.
So let me just run through the board what people feel at this point. I don't want to prolong this. If we had them close off the closets, and I would say both 74 and 76, but just put in our decision it's only to be a 3-bedroom, and the top 3rd floor is not to be used as a bedroom. We require that the condo docs be amended to reflect that. Provide that the parking is to be limited to the existing driveways, and that it's, if either side is to be rented, it's only to be rented in whole, not in part, which is the provision that's in the existing condo docs. Mr. Keeman, how does that?
I think that's fine. Again, as long as what we do on 76 gets done in 74.
Yeah.
So they both match.
All right, Mr. Kimball, where are you on this?
I think it's a good compromise.
Okay, Mr. Blas?
Just a question.
Yeah.
With the accessory, the ADU laws, which trumps which? Our decision or mass building?
Yes, I mean, could you create an accessory apartment? It'd be difficult because of
No, but I'm
the
asking.
layout.
What
But
do
you
you
still
Our
need
bylaw says to a single family.
yeah.
Our bylaw says what?
Yeah, it's true. Our
Yes.
bylaws-
Well, these are attached single-family units.
Yeah, but it's still classified as a 2 in the building code. So it's a 2 unit. If you add more to it, now it gets up into 3, then you get into a whole different. That becomes,
That's true. It's all within one building, so it also would create all kinds of building code issues with sprinklers and who knows what.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
so a 2-family is a 2-family.
Yeah.
3 units is townhouses. And that's when it gets into you have to sprinkle a townhouse.
And do you need firewalls at that point between the units too? So
He's
that.
got firewalls on
Oh,
it.
he does have firewall. Okay.
It's 1 out. But then once you get into more units, it gets even more.
Yeah. So probably wouldn't happen. Yeah, I'm not so much worried about it being physically divvied up with 2 units on each side. I'm more worried about an informal arrangement to that effect. Mr. Silverstein?
In the condo docs. So should the attic be labeled as a great room for the condo docs?
Yeah, living room or whatever, family room.
Anything but a bedroom.
And it may be mentioned specifically not to be used as a bedroom.
Yeah,
I'll just, but while we're here, I've got a neighbor who had a 3-bedroom, and this board granted them an accessory apartment. So a 3-bedroom with a 1 or 2 bedroom accessory apartment. That's gone through a couple of hands. On an average, every night, there was no less than 7 cars at that house, and as many as 11 on a routine basis. 11 cars for a single-family house with an accessory. So I know it happens, and it happens a lot. There's not much we can do about it.
yeah.
But if it's the feeling of the board, I'm willing to make the compromise.
Okay. All right. Silverstein, I think what we're talking about, let's get them down. A decision will be that each unit is to only have 3 bedrooms. That the attic is not to be used as a bedroom, but may be used as a family room. That the closets on each unit are to be closed in so that they cannot be used as closets. Parking is to be restricted to the driveways only. Existing driveways are not to be expanded, and no other parking than within the driveways. The condominium documents are to be amended to reflect these changes. And I guess, I would, probably not necessary to say it, but the ad for the second unit should make it clear that it's a 3-bedroom unit, or the realtor is going to be in trouble.
I think just don't leave out to have the building official.
All right, the building inspector is to review, well, if the attic is not to be used as a bedroom, that eliminates the issue with the
No, it
window.
doesn't, but
It doesn't?
there's other ways to solve that. They could add ventilation through a
Okay,
fan.
so even if it's being used as a family room, there still may be issues with,
Yeah.
okay. So the building inspector is to revisit and determine whether any changes are necessary to the 3rd floor to meet building code
He's
requirements.
going to be out there looking at it anyway.
Yeah. And also to inspect it to ensure that the changes that we're requiring have been made. Does that take care of everything? Mr. Silverstein, Mr. Ramos, does that seem like a fair resolution? Okay. And I'll say to the neighbors, that sound reasonable to you. And he has put in the fences and everything that you wanted. Okay. All right, then I'm going to close the hearing and entertain a motion to the effect of the conditions that I stated. Does someone want to make that motion? Mr. Keeman makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Cumming. Any more discussion? All right, all in favor of amending the special permit with those conditions, 5-0. All right, we've reached a resolution. Thank you all for, I know we've taken a bit of time here, but hope it all works out. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Take one of the, all right. Okay, we're going to move on. We do have another case, so we're going to move on to that.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Are you here for 1044?
No, we're ill advised. We were to the town hall last week.
Let's Can you all move out into the hall so we can go to the second case?
My phone number, so it gets too noisy.
No.
Okay, what are you here for?
My husband spoke to somebody at the assessor's department about us trying to appeal zoning for
which house is it? Which number is this?
180 Franklin Street. So it's funny. But
Could we have some?
Yeah, folks, could,
Thank you.
so we were advised to come to this meeting to bring our issue, just as far as like next steps after we put in an appeal to the assessor's board. But we're now realizing this.
Can we start again? Because I can hardly hear.
what property is this?
So we live at 180 Franklin Street. It's a two-family, and there is an illegal third unit on the third floor. It's like an attic with just one bedroom, one bath, and a kitchen.
Okay, so, I mean, we now, and I think when you first approached the town, we didn't have a building inspector at the time, right?
Yes, that was about a year.
So we now have a building inspector. Because what you're asking, really, you need to make an appointment. Go sit down with him, talk with him, explain what you want to do. He'll tell you what application to us is needed.
Okay,
And we'll go from there. Basically, you want to make a two-family into a three-family? Is that?
Yes, so they told
Okay.
us to come to this meeting, but clearly this wasn't the time.
Yeah, it really, yeah, because first of all, we can only deal with what's on the agenda under the open meeting law. And besides that, the building inspector is the person you should be talking to, and he'll advise you as to what zoning relief you need and assist you, I would hope, with making an application. And then we'll have to, you'll apply, we'll schedule a hearing so the neighbors can know about it and so forth and go from there. So, anyway, you got to see how we work.
That's good to know, just for future. Is that normal business hours or like 8 to 4?
So usually the secretary will be in the office, yes, in those hours. I'm in the office from 7:30 to 10 in the mornings.
Okay.
And then Tuesday evenings as well.
Awesome. Well, we'll be here. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, so call and make an appointment and see him. All right? All right.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have the applicant here for 1044?
There they go.
Oh, okay. Move right up. Okay, sorry, that we're late. That was a complicated case. So, okay, I'm going to call the next case to order. This is case number 13. Location of property 1044 Washington Street. Type of district residence A2. Type of structure existing dwelling, proposed daycare. Owner's name Alan Morales et al. Owner's address 1044 Washington Street. When did you acquire this property? June 23rd, 2023. Has application been filed with town clerk? Yes. I'm sorry, I'll finish reading this. Has any previous appeal been made not for the present owner? Section of bylaw of which relief is requested, section 240-5.4B9 and 240-7.2A. Reason for asking relief, applicant is seeking a special permit for a day nursery school to be located within the basement area. A fenced play area will be located outside to the rear and side of the dwelling. The existing driveway will be widened to accommodate a drop-off area. The drive will be one way from Beulah Street to Washington Street. This case was advertised in the Whitman Hanson Express on June 26th and July 3rd. Sitting on the case will be Mr. Keeman, Mr. Curran, Mr. Kimball, Mr. Blas, and myself, Sean Goldrosen. Before I go any further, let me pass out copies of the plan to the members of the board. While I'm doing that, could you introduce yourself to the board since
I'm Jim Yule, new building commissioner, inspector. Thank you.
Are you full-time Whitman?
Part-time, yeah.
You're part-time now with potential to go full-time, or what's the
Well, I think the
arrangement?
intention was to bring it back to part-time with the
Bring
budget.
it back because of the budget, okay.
Jim is a little bit like I was. He's still running the business.
Okay.
And he's gonna work 5 hours a day, is that what it is?
Okay.
Actually working more than me, 22 hours a week. I think.
And is Tom gonna come on too?
Tom Rule?
Tom Rule?
Only as needed.
As needed?
Okay, all right, so that was a temporary situation with him.
Oh.
Okay. All right, let me continue. This case was, I said all that. This time I'll have the reading of the list of abutters unless I hear a motion to waive the reading.